some approaches to deity that are gaining in popularity among people who identify as spiritual but not religious. People who might refer to deity as just the universe with a capital U. And there's a list in the Urantia book that those folks might relate to of the ways in which people attempt to understand deity. Included in that list are things like deity as an exalted process and the inclination to goodness. I thought of these approaches while listening to an interview with author Philip Pullman, a noted atheist who is best known for writing the young adult trilogy His Dark Materials, which is, to put it a little overly simplistically, about killing God, though it's really more of an attack on dogmatism. If you want a much more nuanced and interesting description of that trilogy, there are some links in the video description. But in this interview, he described his sequel trilogy, The Book of Dust, as something that makes a case for the unexplained. He said, if you only allow yourself to see things through the filter of scientific thinking, you will miss a great deal of what's there. He goes on to talk about his own exploration of consciousness through the lens of panpsychism, the idea that consciousness is, as he puts it, a normal property of matter, that consciousness is something that pervades everything. In his second trilogy, this man, who is so widely associated with atheism, makes a case for a level of existence that is experienced daily, but is still mysterious and not clearly defined. Now that's not the view of an atheist, that's the view of someone who desires greater sophistication of concept. In his words, within this tiny circle of light, I'm a convinced atheist. But when I step back, I can see that the totality of what I know is very small compared to the totality of what I don't know. And that is what the Urantia book brings us when it presents incredibly nuanced conceptions of God and our place in the universe. I encourage anyone who comes across the Urantia book to read the whole thing and develop a mental outline of what it teaches. But if you're reading through the book and you're feeling overwhelmed by the intricacies of the various manifestations of deity, there is a more generalized lesson that you can draw from reading those papers. Deity is bigger than just one concept. If you were raised with just the old man in the sky, deity is bigger than that. If you resonate with ideas of God as being a part of everything, there is a place for that. There is real value in considering these advanced concepts. Time and again, I've heard Urantia books say that the more they read the book, the more they pick up new levels of meaning and understanding. For myself, I, so far, have enough of an understanding of the teachings to know that God interacts with the universe in many ways. So when I hear someone like Philip Pullman talk about looking for consciousness in all things, I recognize it as a search for deity, an exploration of a part of God. But I cannot talk about this without going one step further. Not only is deity bigger than just one concept, it is also a positive, acting God of love. The religionist has faith in a God of love. Love is the essence of religion and the wellspring of our development. Whatever manifestation of God you happen to be exploring, always remember to make God's love a part of it.